Hey everyone, this is December 9th, Monday, if I'm correct, yep. Alright, so this video is about experience in the U.S. Armed Forces, Army, active duty. So I will try to answer many common questions and, things that people would like to know about the Army, the military, basically. So here goes. I was in the U.S. Army in 2010 to 2012. Um, I was stationed in Fort Sill, sorry. Kind of tired now a little bit. But Fort Sill, Oklahoma for basic combat training, BCT, and an AIT and active AIT, and the real Army was in Fort Hood, Texas. I don't know what the names are nowadays with the Fort Sill and Fort Hood, but that's where I was basically. If you Google it, I'm sure it will show up. Let me look it up right now real quick to see. Let's see, Fort Sill, Oklahoma. Okay, it still says Fort Sill. I don't know if that's still it, but no, this is Armed Post north of Lawton, Oklahoma. Yep. Okay, so it's still Fort Sill, I think. And then Fort Hood, Fort Sill, Fort Hood. Fort Hood is called Fort Cavazos, Texas. So that's where I was stationed, the biggest base in the United States for the Army. So, all right. So this is like a big warning. Do not listen to the recruiters. If they try to, they're gonna just try to get you enlisted, and it's just not gonna be good for you when you don't do the research and then join like I did. I was in desperation because I was a high school video game addict and a porn addict, and didn't eat, didn't sleep, didn't exercise, didn't socialize, social anxiety, depression, all those kind of horrible things. And so those things basically ruined me, and I was desperate of needing mental and physical help. And I thought, hey, if I join the military, they're gonna force you to work out, force you to eat, force you to be with people, and that was not the best plan for me. It worked. It was horrible on my body, all right. But that to a point, I got schizophrenia when I got out. But so therefore, I would say research. Make sure you research what branch. I mean, not what branch, since we're talking about the Army. Look online, what jobs, like MOSs basically, and what kind of life, like the current active duty soldiers that are in, that has those websites where they talk and share their experience and stuff. Ask them, talk to them, and get to know it before signing up. And make sure you ace the ASVAB so you can choose any job you want. I got a 60 something, which was able for me to join any branch basically, including the Air Force, but I wasn't weighing in at a normal weight. I was underweight. I was 100 pounds at 5'8", thus showing how badly my health was, and that's why I try to get help. And I wish it was a mental hospital instead, then I wouldn't have schizophrenia today or deal with this gang stalking nonsense on top of that. But anyways, yeah. I have that in my blood basically with I have two emperors in my from my blood goes to two emperors, Chunchu and Suro. They're Korean emperors of my ancestry. And so I have that in me, like warrior, like king, like, royal blood, if that makes sense. And so even weighing at 100 pounds, 5'8", my determination was there. And so I was able to outrun people and pass the PT test and get an award. Not that impressive that I got 274 points out of 300 back then, but it was still an award, you know? I didn't really train for it either. If I trained for it, I would have aced it, and then I would have gotten over 300 easily, and you know, but I was not using my brain once again, you know, like joining the army, active duty of all types, you know. If it was reserves or something, it might have been much better, possibly. But you know, this is what happened, and it's already done, basically. Thankfully, what I got out of it is the friendships I made, but also the more of the pension, the disability, basically. So when you join the army and you do your time, and then when you ETS, when you get out of the army, you go through this screening, basically, of your mental health and physical health. And then if they find you disabled, for example, if you have depression like I did, you know, or you develop it later because of the army, you say, like schizophrenia in my situation, they will award you. So they pay me about 100% pension every month, which is about $3,600 every month. So it's a lot of, you know, a decent amount, you know, for the rest of my life due to having schizophrenia, mental illness, which is serious, obviously. I don't believe it's schizophrenia. I know it's mind control. Just visit targetadjusters.com. I'm not gonna get too involved into that stuff right now, but the focus here is about the army. So anyways, yeah, I also utilized the place called 5 East. I think that's what it was called back in Fort Texas, or Cavazos, or whatever the hell it's called. Fort Cavazos, yep. That's a new name for Hood. But it was a psych ward, basically. I was depressed and needed help, you know? So I went there twice. It was weird, you know? My unit, I don't know. My leaders, basically, some were just not great, honestly. Like, for example, my first sergeant, he was getting mad the second time I went to get help at a psych ward. You know, you should be happy that your soldier's going to get the right treatment, you know, instead of hiding their, you know, their problems and trying to act all, you know, strong or whatever, and not getting the appropriate treatment, you know. When you should, you know, like I did. And he was yelling at me. He was raging. I don't know why. So it just shows that he wasn't the best first sergeant, honestly, in my opinion. But he got his command sergeant major rank somehow. I don't know. The army is like, if you're just confident, then you just know what you're kind of saying, possibly. You get promoted, you know, in the NCO board or whatever you call it, I think. So anyways, things to know, basically, before joining the army: the soldier's creed. I remember briefly of it. I am a American soldier. I'm a member and warrior. I'm a warrior and a member of the team. Now I can't remember, but it's something to you know basically in the army. They will ask you. Also, practice cadences. That's what I needed help with. I didn't know any cadences for some good time. Cadences, you know, like the singing, basically, when you're marching, if that makes sense. What's one top of my head? What is it? I almost remembered. What is it called? MPs don't arrest me. Da 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 da. I can't remember it. That was one of them. What else is there? There's so many, you know. But yeah, make sure you brush up on your cadences, your soldier's creed, your warrior ethos. Know who the command sergeant major, the general of the army is, who is in charge, basically, all the leaders. To know how to lead PT, physical training, in the morning. It's pretty simple. It's like, you know, you say push-ups, you know, front leaning, rest position, move, and then In cadence. 1, 2, 3, 1. 1, 2, 3, 2. 1, 2, 3, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. I'm saying it wrong. But 1, 2, 3, 1. 1, 2, 3, 2. 1, 2, 3, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 5. I don't think I'm doing it right. But it's something like that, basically. It's been so long since I've said this. You know, what is it called? PT as well. So that's basically it. That's literally basically it. And know how to be clean, basically. Have clean haircut, shave off any beard or mustache you have, sideburns, etc. Medium fade, basically, is the haircut that I got when I was in the Army. What else is there? Cleaning the barracks, keeping it clean. And we have inspections once in a while. First sergeant comes in and you gotta call out at ease, and then basically he checks out your room to see if it's clean or not. And if it's clean, then you're good to go, So it's not that hard, just keeping yourself clean like a normal human. What else is there? And there are nice things like single soldiers retreat. If you're single, they send you to a nice hotel, a 3-4 star hotel for us Army guys, and then they allow you to have fun in San Antonio, Texas, what I remember. We walk around and do whatever, museums and fun stuff and good food and whatnot, and nice hotels, for a few days. So they have that kind of activities. They have all kinds of stuff. They have concerts for us soldiers. They have single soldiers retreats. What else is there? Parties for the holidays. Stuff like that. Rape is a big thing in the Army. Sexual assaults and whatnot. It happens to men as well, which is crazy, but it's true. And basically, I forgot what this saying was. Don't ask, don't tell. Sorry, I'm just not really that good at explaining all these things at the moment. But you get the point, though. You definitely get the point, and you definitely understand the main points here in the message. So you guys should be in good shape, basically, is what I'm trying to say. Yes, don't ask, don't tell. I forgot what that was. Either I think if you're gay or something like that, or if you know somebody that's gay, you just don't ask them about it or something like that. It could be that. I can't remember what it meant at the moment. What else is there that would help out when before joining the Army, if you're gonna join? Oh yes, obviously PT. That's one of the biggest thing. Get a good score. They tell you what it is. I could look it up right now. For PT Max Army. Oh. So now it's 600 points, the maximum score for the Army Combat Fitness Test. The minimum passing score is 360. So there's it says this is a new thing. It seems like that we didn't have this back then in 2011 and 12 and 10 that I was in. So it says the maximum score for the Army combat fitness test ACFT is 600 points. The minimum passing score is 360 points, with a minimum of 60 points required for each event. The maximum score for each event is 100 points. The ACFT is a 6-event test that evaluates a soldier's physical fitness. The events are 3 repetition maximum deadlift, standing power throw, hand release push-up, sprint drag carry, plank, 2-mile run. The requirements for each event vary by gender and age. The maximum score for each event is set at the 96th percentile of performance within each age group. The minimum passing score is set at the 5th percentile. The ACFT is designed to improve soldier and unit readiness, reduce injuries, and enhance mental toughness and stamina. So that's the new the score, it seems like, the PT score, basically. So I think that's almost it, just Be confident in what you're saying to the sergeants when they ask you questions. It could be wrong, but if you're right, it's better, obviously. And know your stance, like parade rest at ease or stand at attention, or all these commands as well, like friendly leaning rest position, or what else is there, and whatever else that is that I'm not able to think of at the moment. But yeah, what else could there be? Oh yes, so my friends that were in the army, and some of them still are, we were only just specialists, very low ranking, right before sergeant, basically, for most of us. And now that 10 years have passed, some of them are sergeant first class, right below first sergeant ranks. Another guy that's my age, he's a major now. He was a lieutenant when I was in. So a lot of these guys that are still in have been promoted to the high ranking ranks and made it, What else is there? Yeah, so suicide is a big concern in the army, as a lot of soldiers commit suicide. And so, like I said, when I got help at the psych ward the second time, I don't know why in the world the first sergeant got upset about that, you know, because you never know, what I could have done possibly, or a soldier would do possibly, actually went and did the right thing of getting help. So I don't know why in the world, the first sergeant got mad and yelled at me. I should have asked him that day possibly what his problem is, honestly. But anyways, PT, formations, cadences, commands, what else is there? What is it called? Soldier's Creed, Warrior Ethos, knowing the leaders whom is in charge of the army, generals and command sergeant major of the army, and so on, Secretary of State, and so on and so forth, kind of stuff, I think, if I remember correctly. Granted, this has been 10 years, guys, 10 years ago, and I was just a specialist, a very low rank. So with everything that I'm saying now is coming out of just pure memory, and I was not super high speed in that sense, if you guys know what that means, of being, knowing what I was doing. Basically, I was a low rank, a specialist. So don't try to remember that, guys. If you do have questions of why Daniel is kind of unable to answer these things or something like that, possibly, Alright, so I think I basically covered like the majority main topics here. I talked about PT, I talked about leaders, I talked about commands, I talked about Soldier's Creed, Warrior Ethos, cadences, for what do you call it? The commands, suicide awareness, single soldier's retreat. I meant. Don't ask, don't tell. What else is there? I think that's it. I think I may be missing some stuff that I've said, but yeah, that covers basically all. Knowing this, basically, you will be set in the army, in active duty or reserves or National Guard. You will be set, man. I'm telling you, it's not that much. Well, because I was a low rank. When you climb ranks and get promoted, it gets more challenging. More stuff to memorize and know, basically. But up to specialist rank of what I was, if you know that much, you're in good shape, I would say. What else is there? Yes, I was stationed in Texas. I didn't go anywhere else. I was in what is it called? Maryland, I think, for MEPS, for the entry basically. I took my ASVAB test in Fair Oaks Mall area in Virginia, and then I was shipped over to Oklahoma, then Texas, and then I did my time and then got out basically. Well, I'm not gonna lie. I got into a fight with another soldier that was like 40 pounds more heavy than I, but he was also getting med boarded, basically meaning getting kicked out of the army for medical reasons, basically. And even though he was in that situation, well, I was depressed mentally, and anxious and whatnot, so I had my concerns. And I was 40 pounds lighter than him. So anyways, we got into a little wrestling match or whatever, and then I kind of blew off steam. Like, I kind of, was unable to keep my cool, and I told him, basically, I was yelling in front of all the soldiers, that I was gonna kill him, basically. And then due to that one threat, I got kicked out of the army. Thankfully, I got my honorable discharge. They were trying to give me general discharge, and then I fought for the honorable, and I won the case. And so now I'm able to use a GI Bill, post 9/11 GI Bill in school now. Granted, it's not 100%. I get 90%, but 90 is something, definitely something. Unfortunately, not 100. Even though I get 100% with the VA for schizophrenia, basically. So all of these things. Yeah. For me, due to my mental health and physical health and everything, all around, army was miserable for me. Otherwise, it would have been not too bad. It might have been fun, and fun with the exercise and everything, and the camaraderie and all that kind of fun stuff. But due to my mental health and physical health being absolutely trash, I had a hard time, kind of adapting, you know, with everything. It wasn't easy for me, even though I won an award for PT, barely though, but 274 out of 300, so it's not too high at all. But you get my point here. So anyways, this is a video to help you guys out if you wanted to know about the army before joining, and what to know, basically, that might help. ASVAB is the biggest thing, one of them. Make sure you ace that so you can choose whatever job you want, unlike me, where I was lucky that it was field artillery instead. Could have been like 11 Bravo, which is what is it called? Infantry, infantry or stuff like that. That is more harder on your body, kind of thing. Especially 100 pounds, 5'8", without mental, mental strength or physical strength as well, or anything. So make sure you ace the ASVAB, practice it. I'm sure they got ASVAB apps on the phone and on the internet. Obviously, you can ask the recruiters, for it, and then study it and ace it, and then take the test, ace it, and then join. Research before what jobs you want to get into, and then get in, and then search for jobs. Search for jobs that lines up with the civilian jobs, like intelligence agents. If you join the military intelligence, you can get out and join the NSA, and that will set you for life, in those kind of respectable jobs, basically, or whatever jobs like that. You get what I'm saying. Just an example. So anyways, this is it. That's it for the video. I hope this helped out. If you have any questions, leave a comment on my channel, this video, basically, and I will answer anybody and everybody on it. Make sure you subscribe too, and etc. All right, thanks, bye.